The foreclosure notice trembled in Luna's hands as she stood outside the shabby apartment complex, her twin boys tugging at her worn coat. In less than 72 hours, she would lose the only home 5-year-old Jasper and Theo had ever known. But Luna had no idea that a letter waiting in her mailbox would lead her to a crumbling inn, a mysterious alpha, and $100 million secret that would change everything she thought she knew about family, trust, and second chances. The February wind cut through Luna's thin jacket as she shepherded the twins up the concrete stairs. Jasper, older by 4 minutes, held his brother's hand while Theo clutched his stuffed dinosaur. "Mama, is that the bad paper?" Jasper asked, his green eyes too knowing for his age. "Just grown-up stuff, baby," Luna managed, forcing a smile. "Let's get inside." Their apartment, 2 rooms that smelled of mold despite her efforts, was freezing. The heating had been shut off 3 days ago. As the twins settled with their homework, Luna noticed a mail pile. Between the bills sat an envelope of heavy cream paper, her name written in fountain pen.ms. Luna Winters, it read. Not her assumed name, her real name, the one she'd stopped using 3 years ago when she'd fled Phoenix. Inside, "We regret to inform you of the passing of your great-aunt, Celestine Winters. As her sole living relative, you have inherited the Moonrise Inn in Cedar Hollow, Maine." Luna read it 3 times. She didn't remember any great-aunt. Her family knowledge was limited. Her mother had been secretive about relatives, always saying the past was better left buried. "Mama?" Theo appeared at her elbow. "You're making your worried face." Luna pulled him close. "How would you and Jasper like to go on an adventure? In 72 hours, they'd be homeless. A mysterious inn couldn't be worse than a shelter." She used her last $40 for gas, packed their belongings into garbage bags, and drove through the night while the twins slept. The Moonrise Inn sat on a hill overlooking Cedar Hollow like a Gothic reminder of better days. 3 stories of Victorian architecture, wraparound porches, and gingerbread trim showed decades of neglect. Paint peeled everywhere, shutters hung crooked, and the front steps looked dangerously unstable. "It's a castle," Theo breathed. "It's falling apart." Jasper observed. "It's ours," Luna said, feeling dangerous hope. The key waited under a stone rabbit. Inside, dust cloths covered antique furniture, but the bones were good hardwood floors, crown molding, a massive stone fireplace. 16 guest rooms, a commercial kitchen, a library with floor-to-ceiling shelves. "Can we really live here, Mama?" Jasper asked. "We're going to try, baby." She had no idea that in Frost Industries' corporate offices, 300 miles away, a notification had just appeared on Adrian Frost's computer screen. The alert he'd been waiting for: property transfer completed. New owner in residence. Winterfell protocol activated. The first night in the Moonrise Inn tested them. Luna created a makeshift family bed from 3 mattresses while the twins treated it like camping. Through the window, she spotted a man at the front gate, tall, broad-shouldered, watching the inn before disappearing into the snowy night. Morning brought reality. The heating system was dead. Water ran brown. Only 2 bathrooms functioned. The kitchen needed industrial cleaning. Luna stood in the foyer, fighting tears when a cheerful voice called out, "Morning, neighbor." Martha Chen bustled in with grocery bags. "I run the bakery in town. Heard someone finally inherited the old place. Brought essentials and cookies for the little ones." "I can't pay you," Luna admitted. Martha waved dismissively. Celestine was a good friend. Besides, the Moonrise Inn has been waiting for the right person. After Martha showed the twins a hidden panel revealing secret passages, Luna explored alone. A windowless room held decades of records, photographs, and files. Her blood chilled seeing familiar faces, people from her mother's carefully guarded stories. "Mama, someone's here," Jasper called. A black Mercedes sat outside. The man who emerged commanded attention without effort, dark hair touched with silver gray eyes, and controlled power in every movement. Miss Winters? I'm Adrian Frost. I understand you've inherited the moonrise. Luna's defenses rose. If you're here to buy, I'm here to honor an agreement. He showed her a legal document on his tablet. Celestini retained my company to oversee certain aspects of the inn's maintenance. There's a fund for renovations to be released under specific conditions. Luna stared at the numbers. This says $500,000 for immediate repairs. That's just the initial fund. The inn must be owner-operated for 6 months, maintain its historical character, and... He paused. The owner must be a direct descendant of the Winters family line. But I barely knew about my family here. Your mother had her reasons for keeping secrets, Adrian said carefully. The twins raced through, skidding to a halt at seeing Adrian. You're really tall, Theo observed. Are you a good guy or a bad guy? Jasper asked directly. Adrian smiled genuinely. I try to be good, but sometimes it's complicated. Everything's complicated when you're grown up, Jasper said sagely. Adrian crouched to their level. What do you think of your new home? It has secret passages, Theo announced, and a kitchen bigger than our whole apartment. But it's cold, Jasper added. Mama's worried but trying not to show it. Smart boy, Adrian murmured. Standing, he handed Luna a business card. My company can have contractors here tomorrow. You focus on settling in. Why help us? Adrian looked around the inn with an unreadable expression. Because some things are worth preserving, and some people deserve a chance to start over. True to his word, contractors arrived the next morning. Professional, efficient, prepaid. Within days, heat flowed through radiators and water ran clear. Martha visited daily with food and stories. Other townspeople stopped by with supplies on credit. But at night, someone stood at the gate, watching, waiting. 2 weeks in, Luna was scrubbing floors when Adrian arrived with a young girl, 7 years old, dark hair, holding his hand with careful trust. This is my daughter, Sophia, Adrian said. The girl studied Luna intently. You have boys? They're at school. I don't go to school. I have tutors. Daddy says it's better. Adrian's jaw tightened. We need to review documents in Celestini's study. Luna hadn't known about the study. Adrian navigated there with familiar ease to a perfectly preserved office with no dust. Someone had been maintaining it. How do you know the layout so well? Daddy used to live here, Sophia said quietly, before the bad thing happened. Sophia, Adrian warned. She should know. That's why we came back, isn't it? Adrian turned, pain evident in his eyes. My family owned the Moonrise Inn for 3 generations, until I lost it. But Celestini saved it. When I was 25, I made terrible investments, lost everything. The inn was collateral. Celestini bought it at foreclosure auction. I begged her not to, told her it should stay in the family. She smiled and said it would. He handed Luna a folder, letters between Celestini and someone named Elena Winters. Her mother's real name, not the Eleanor she'd always used. The letters revealed her mother's past, fleeing an abusive situation while pregnant, Celestini offering help, years of updates from afar, a final plea when her mother was dying. If something happens to her, if she ever needs help, promise me, you'll find a way. Luna was crying. Sophia offered a tissue with solemn grace. There's more, Adrian said quietly. The next document was a trust agreement. The Moonrise Inn, held in trust for 3 years, waiting for Luna to need it. And the trustee, Adrian Frost. You've been watching me? Keeping the inn ready. There's a difference. Adrian's voice was firm. I've supplemented Celestini's fund, significantly. Why? Because I made a promise to the woman who saved my family's legacy. And because, he looked at Sophia, I understand what it means to protect those who deserve better. There's something else, Adrian continued. Your ex-husband is looking for you. His pack has resources. It's only a matter of time. Ice flooded Luna's veins. How do you know about Marcus? 3 months ago, his people wanted to hire my company to find an Omega who'd stolen valuable property. I declined. He means the boys, his heirs he didn't want until his new mate proved infertile. Now he's interested. Adrian's voice held quiet fury. You're not running anymore. This town is your pack now. Sophia tugged Luna's hand. The boys would like our playroom. It has trains and a climbing wall Daddy built. Hope flickered as Luna looked between them, this scarred alpha who'd lost everything and rebuilt. This solemn child offering comfort to strangers. 1 month, she said. If Marcus finds us when he finds you, he'll discover you're not alone anymore. The playdate revealed everything. Luna watched her boys show Sophia around the inn with proprietary pride while the girl bloomed under their attention. Daddy says I can't run, Sophia confided to Jasper, because of my condition. What condition? Theo asked directly. My heart's special. It doesn't work like everyone else's. Luna's eyes flew to Adrian, who watched his daughter with constant vigilance. She had a transplant 2 years ago, he said quietly. She's doing well, but fragile. Her mother left when she was 3, said she hadn't signed up for a sick child. Yet here Sophia was, following Luna's boys trustingly. They could be good for each other, Luna offered. Is that an invitation? An observation? But she's welcome anytime. It became routine. Adrian arrived each morning with Sophia, ostensibly checking renovations but really giving his daughter time with friends. He worked in Celestini's study while Luna supervised the children. You're good with her, Adrian said one afternoon, finding Luna teaching all 3 to make bread. She's easy to love, Luna replied without thinking, then flushed. Not everyone thinks so. Most see a liability. Those people are idiots, Luna said fiercely. She's brilliant and kind and brave. That evening, Luna found an envelope under her door. A formal business proposal that made her sink onto her bed in shock. Adrian offered a partnership, $2 million for renovation and marketing. In exchange, Luna would transform the inn into a boutique hotel specializing in family retreats and accessible accommodations for special needs children. The proposal included market analysis, projected returns, architectural plans. Brilliant and terrifying. Her phone rang. Luna? It's Adrian. I assume you've read the proposal. This is too much. $2 million? Equal partnership? Money I have. What I don't have is vision. Heart. The ability to create somewhere that feels like home. He paused. Sophia hasn't laughed like she did today in 2 years. This isn't really about business, is it? It's entirely about business. Also about creating something meaningful. Also about ensuring you have resources to fight whatever comes next. And if I say no, then we remain friendly acquaintances who share history with this building. I need conditions, Luna said. First, I maintain control over day-to-day operations. Agreed. Second, the boys' safety comes first. Always. If this arrangement puts them at risk, we dissolve everything and I ensure you have resources to relocate. Third, this stays professional. A pause. If that's what you need, we have an agreement. The next morning brought lawyers, contracts, architects, and Sophia running to the boys with a book. Martha appeared with celebration cake. Celestini would be pleased. She always said the inn would bloom when the right hearts found each other. That night, Luna found Celestini's journal. With one bookmarked entry, the inn chooses its time to reveal secrets. But when the right souls come together under its roof, magic happens. The $100 million trust I've hidden will ensure they have everything they need. I won't have to wait much longer. 3,000 miles away, Marcus Ashford received a report that made him smile. His missing Omega had been found. Spring transformed Cedar Hollow and the Moonrise Inn. Under careful restoration, the inn bloomed daily. Luna made decisions about paint and fixtures, planned menus, created a vision honoring past and future. The children had become inseparable, Sophia arriving each morning to find her boys with enthusiasm that softened Adrian's control. "She's getting stronger," Adrian mentioned, watching them plant herbs in the garden. "Her doctor says her heart function improved 15% in 6 weeks. Fresh air and friendship are powerful medicine." Luna smiled, dirt under her fingernails. "Is that what this is? Friendship?" The question hung loaded between them. 6 weeks of working together had eroded her professional boundaries. She knew his coffee preferences, his nightly calls to Sophia, how his eyes crinkled when genuinely amused. "The children are definitely friends," she said carefully. That evening brought an unexpected test. A woman swept through the front door. Tall, elegant, sharp beauty from expensive treatments. "Adrian," she called. "I know you're here." She stopped. Seeing Luna and the children, Adrian emerged, expression neutral. "Victoria, what are you doing here?" This was Sophia's mother. The little girl pressed closer to Jasper, who protectively wrapped an arm around her. "Playing house with your charity cases?" Victoria's gaze dismissed Luna. "Really, Adrian? Choose your next words carefully." Adrian's voice turned dangerous. Victoria laughed like breaking glass. "Poor little Omega with bastard children," batting her eyes at the rich alpha textbook. Luna stood, placing herself between Victoria and the children. "You should leave. The help has opinions?" Victoria mocked. "She's not help," Sophia said clearly. "She's Luna. She teaches us to make bread and tell stories and doesn't get mad when I can't run fast." "Sophia, come here," Victoria commanded. No, Sophia had never defied an adult so directly. "I'm your mother." "No, you're not." Sophia lifted her chin. "You left. Mothers don't leave. Luna says mothers protect their babies even when scared. You left because I was broken." "You're not broken," Theo said fiercely. "You're special. Like Iron Man with his special heart." "Yeah," Jasper added. "We don't let people be mean to our friends." The twins flanked Sophia protectively. "This is what you're teaching her." Victoria whirled on Adrian. "To be with family?" "Yes." Adrian stood beside Luna. "Leave, Victoria. Your visitation was denied. You're violating the restraining order. You'll regret this when she shows her true colors. Get out." She fled. Sophia began crying quietly, and Luna gathered her close. "She said I was broken when I was little," Sophia whispered. "Then she's an idiot," Luna said fiercely. "You're perfect exactly as you are. You won't leave? Even if I need lots of doctor visits?" "Never." "We're packed now." "Pack doesn't leave." Later, Adrian found Luna on the back porch. "I'm sorry about Victoria. She appears when she needs money or attention. She hurt that little girl so badly. Not everyone has your strength to choose love in difficult situations." Adrian turned to face her. "I know you wanted this professional, but what we're building is already more than business. The children need stability." "Agreed. But denying what's developing between us is a complication too." He stepped closer. "The way you defended Sophia, how my daughter looks at you, how I look forward to seeing you every morning. This is already more than partnership." "I can't. Marcus is a problem we'll handle." "But you can't live in fear. That's letting him win." Luna knew he was right. These weeks had been her happiest. "I'm scared." "So am I. I haven't let anyone close since Victoria. But then you arrived with fierce love and determination, and suddenly I'm planning family dinners and thinking in terms of us. If we admit this is more than business, everything gets complicated." "Everything's already complicated." "But complicated doesn't mean impossible. The children are bonding like siblings. Is that bad?" Luna thought about dinner that evening, 5 around the table. Easy chaos. Wholeness she'd never expected. "No," she said softly. It's not bad, Adrian smiled genuinely. Then let's stop fighting it. No rush. But let's be honest about what this is becoming. What's that? A family. Unconventional, but real. A crash interrupted. The children had built a fort, staging a rescue mission for Theo's dinosaur. Sorry, Jasper called. We needed more pillows. As they rebuilt the fort properly, Luna caught Adrian's eye. His soft smile made her walls crack more. That night, tucking in the boys, Jasper asked, Is Sophia our sister now? Would you like her to be? She already is, Theo said. She just lives in a different house. But maybe someday she won't. Maybe, Luna agreed, heart full of dangerous hope. While she read bedtime stories, Marcus Ashford was booking a flight to Maine. Victoria Cross was making phone calls that would shatter their peace. But tonight, in the moonrise's warm glow, with children giggling and plants blooming, everything felt possible. The letter arrived Tuesday morning via special courier. Martha handed it over with knowing concern. Had to sign for it, Luna recognized. The law firm, Ashford, Klein and Associates, Marcus's family firm. Inside, the letter was devastating. Miss Winters, we represent Marcus Ashford regarding custody of minor children Jasper and Theodore Ashford. Our client wishes to assert his parental rights. You are hereby notified of Mr. Ashford's intent to petition for full custody. Additionally, removing children from their registered pack territory without alpha permission constitutes kidnapping under werewolf law. The papers slipped from numb fingers. 3 years of running could be destroyed by a man who'd called them defective. Luna. Adrian appeared, reading her distress. His jaw tightened reading the letter. He can't do this. He signed away rights, said they were defective. That Omega genes made them weak. Her voice broke. Adrian held her close. We knew this was coming. We're prepared. He's claiming I kidnapped them, I know. But he filed in human court first. That gives us options. Within an hour, Adrian had assembled a war council. His lawyer, a family court specialist, Werewolf, law expert Rebecca Winters from Boston. Good news. Marcus violated protocol filing in human court, Rebecca said. Werewolf custody disputes go through pack channels first. Bad news. He's still their biological father. Courts favor that. He's unfit, Luna said fiercely. Can you prove it? Documentation? Witnesses? Luna's heart sank. No, the pack doctor said I was clumsy. Others were too scared. There might be another way, Adrian said thoughtfully. The boy's protective instincts, emotional intelligence, what if they're showing alpha traits? Rebecca leaned forward. That changes everything. If they're potential alphas, Marcus's defective claim falls apart. There are only 5. Sophia showed omega traits at 4, Adrian interrupted. Early manifestation runs in bloodlines. 2 days later, Marcus arrived. Luna was in the garden with the children when she smelled him expensive cologne mixed with alpha arrogance. He stood at the gate like he belonged. Hello, Luna. You've done well. The twins went rigid. Jasper immediately pushed Theo and Sophia behind him. Go inside, Luna said quietly. Find Adrian. Now. They ran. Jasper herding the younger two efficiently. They've grown, Marcus observed, entering uninvited. Jasper looks like me. What do you want? My sons, obviously, though landing Adrian Frost. Ambitious. Leave before your protector arrives. I'm not afraid of Frost. Marcus moved closer. He's soft. New money. No pack backing. While I have tradition behind me. Tradition that says you can throw away children then demand them back? His hand shot out, gripping her wrist brutally. Careful, Omega. Let her go. Sophia stood in the doorway, tiny but fierce. The twins flanked her. We called Daddy Jasper said steadily, and Uncle Harrison, and the police. Let our mom go. Our mom. The words hit like lightning. Marcus laughed. Brave pups. But you're my blood, we're not yours, Theo said quietly. We're Luna's, and Adrian's, and Sophia's. We're pack. Your children, we understand enough. Adrian's voice came from behind them, deadly calm. He moved past with controlled grace. Violence barely leashed. Mr. Ashford, you're trespassing and assaulting my business partner. Marcus released Luna slowly. Business partner? How modern. What I call it is none of your concern. Adrian positioned himself protectively. You've violated a restraining order filed this morning, plus the custody countersuit, and criminal complaints for financial fraud. Uncertainty flickered in Marcus's eyes. What restraining order? The one filed with documentation from your former beta, Thomas. He's been cooperative about your activities. Adrian showed a video on his phone, Thomas, detailing Marcus's embezzlement, violence, and abandonment of his children. That's fabricated, 3 witnesses corroborated, including your sister. Marcus lunged at Adrian with a snarl. The fight was brief, ending with Marcus pinned, arm twisted painfully. Listen carefully, Adrian said calmly. Leave. Withdraw your suit. Sign whatever my lawyers send. Never come near them again, or I'll end you. Clear? Marcus fled. In the silence, Luna found herself surrounded. Adrian checking her wrist, children talking excitedly. Did you see Daddy fight? Sophia breathed. You were brave, Jasper told her solemnly. We're pack, Theo said simply. Pack protects pack. That night, after police reports and lawyer updates, after the children slept together, Luna found Adrian on the porch. Thank you, she said. For what? Being prepared, protecting us, everything. Adrian pulled her close. You're not alone anymore. None of us are. They stood together as the moon rose, Luna believing it might be true. The first storm had passed together. In the shadows, someone watched, smiled. Marcus Ashford was handled, but he was just the opening move. The real game was beginning. The video arrived at a.m. Luna's phone buzzing insistently. She reached for it, careful not to wake the twins who'd insisted on sleeping in her bed after the confrontation. The footage made her blood freeze. Younger Luna, heavily pregnant, cowering while Marcus raged. Clear audio of every threat. Then, medical records, photographs documenting injuries, evidence she'd said she didn't have. The message read, You're not the only one watching. Meet at the lighthouse at dawn. Come alone, or this goes to Marcus's lawyers and Adrian's board. Luna slipped out, nearly colliding with Adrian in the hallway. What's wrong? She showed him the video. His expression darkened with each second. Who sent this? I don't know, but this is proof of abuse. Why threaten to give it to his lawyers? Because they want something. Adrian studied the message. You're not going alone. If they send this to your board, I don't care about the board. Someone's manipulating you. I'll follow at a distance. The lighthouse stood abandoned at Cedar Hollow's harbor edge. Luna arrived as dawn painted the sky, her breath misting. A bundled figure waited. Hello, Luna? The woman lowered her hood. Helen Ashford, Marcus's sister. Helen? You documented everything my brother did? Yes. I've been investigating Marcus for 2 years since realizing what our father's indulgence created. Why didn't you help then? Because I was a coward. Helen's voice was flat. I thought family loyalty mattered more than right and wrong. Why now? Because Marcus isn't done. The custody suit was just the beginning. He's planning something bigger with Victoria Cross. Luna's blood chilled as Helen explained. Victoria would provide Adrian's business information. Marcus would prove Adrian unfit for Sophia. Together, they'd take everything. But there's more. Something that changes everything. Helen handed her a folder. Do you know why Marcus really chose you? Because I was vulnerable, because you're not who you think you are. Helen revealed the truth. Luna's mother wasn't Eleanor but Elena Silverstone, daughter of the Alpha of one of North America's most powerful bloodlines. Luna's hands shook reading the documentation. Birth certificates, DNA results, genealogy charts. Marcus knew? He knew. Silverstone bloodlines carry certain traits: the ability to bear alphas, survive trauma, command loyalty. He chose you because you were powerful. He just had to break you first. Luna thought of her boy's alpha traits. Heritage, not flukes. Victoria knows too. She'll claim you've been hiding your identity, that Adrian harbored a Silverstone heir. Helen pulled out another document. This is a contract between Marcus and Alexei Volkov, the current Silverstone Alpha. Marcus promised to deliver you and the twins in exchange for a pack merger. He sold us. Luna breathed. The contract needs your consent, but Volkov doesn't care about legalities. He wants his bloodline reunited. What do you want? To stop my brother, but I need your help. The evidence will destroy Marcus legally, but Volkov needs different handling. How? By embracing who you are. You're the lost Silverstone heir. That comes with power, allies, protection, but only if you claim it. What about my life here? That depends on Adrian. A true alpha won't care about your bloodline. A weak one will see you as a threat. Adrian isn't weak. Then you have nothing to fear from truth. Helen moved to leave. 24 hours to decide. Tell Adrian everything or keep hiding. But Victoria meets Marcus tomorrow night. After that, choice disappears. Why are you really doing this? Helen paused. Because I watched him destroy you and did nothing. Because I see what you've built: real family, real pack. And because I'm tired of being a coward, alone in the lighthouse. Luna watched the sun rise. 24 hours to trust a man she loved with truth that could destroy everything. She saw Adrian emerge below, concern evident even from distance. But how could she tell him that loving her meant a power struggle between ancient packs? That their simple dream had become dangerously complicated. Walking down felt like descending into an uncertain future. But seeing Adrian waiting, checking her for harm, Luna knew one thing: whatever came next, she wouldn't face it alone. The question was whether Adrian would feel the same once he knew the truth. Luna told Adrian everything that night. In Celestini's study, she spread Helen's documents across the desk: birth certificates, DNA results, photographs of Elena Silverstone, her real mother. Adrian examined each piece with intense focus. His expression revealed nothing, but tension showed in his shoulders, his hand stilling at the contract between Marcus and Volkov. Say something, Luna whispered when silence stretched. Adrian turned. You thought this would change how I feel? My bloodline makes me valuable to people who see power as currency. The boys are 5-year-olds who love dinosaurs, not pawns. His voice was gentle but firm. And you're the woman who survived hell with kindness to spare. That's who I fell in love with, not some political asset. Adrian, if Volkov comes, then we handle him together. He cupped her face. Did you think I'd walk away because your blood is bluer than expected? I thought you might see me as a liability. I've spent 2 months preparing for a war with Marcus. Learning he's allied with Volkov just means I need bigger weapons. What about Sophia? Being associated with you has given her a mother. You think I'd let pack politics destroy that? Luna kissed him then, pouring fear and gratitude into the contact. We need a plan, she said. Already on it. Adrian showed her messages from pack leaders who opposed Volkov's methods. The next evening, Helen wore a wire to Victoria and Marcus's meeting. Luna watched a feed from the inn's security room with Adrian and Harrison. Idiots have no idea, Victoria said. Through speakers, Adrian thinks he's protecting them. He doesn't realize he's harboring the most valuable Omega bloodline in North America. You can prove this? Marcus asked. I have everything. Birth records, DNA tests, correspondence between Celestini and Silverstone allies. What do you want? Half. When Volkov pays for the Omega and her whelps, I want half, plus whatever I extract from Adrian for Sophia. They detailed their plan. Tomorrow night, during the new moon, Volkov's team would take Luna and the twins, eliminate witnesses including Adrian. Sophia was optional. Volkov might pay extra for a young Omega with heart problems. Adrian's growl filled the room. Luna anchored him before he did something reckless. We have enough, Harrison said. Conspiracy charges will bury them. It's not enough, Luna said. They'll lawyer up, drag it out while Volkov keeps coming. What are you suggesting? We give them what they want. On our terms. The trap was elegant. Luna would be alone with the children while Adrian attended. A fake emergency. Security cameras would malfunction, but the inn would be full of allies, pack leaders, law enforcement, and Luna herself, ready to fight. I don't like using you as bait, Adrian repeated. I'm not bait. I'm a Silverstone heir claiming her birthright. Just not how Volkov expects. At midnight, 12 wolves came. Professional, silent, targeting the suite where Luna waited. They didn't expect her in the hallway. Gentlemen, I believe you're looking for me. The lead wolf shifted partially. Come quietly, or we take the children first. I'll come. But first, I have something to say. Luna stepped forward and howled. Not a desperate Omega cry, but an alpha female claiming territory. The sound carried ancient authority. The wolves hesitated. Omegas didn't howl like that. I am Luna Silverstone, she announced, daughter of Elena, granddaughter of Mikhail, heir to the Silverstone legacy, and I reject Alexei Volkov's claim. You have no authority, she has mine. Adrian emerged with a dozen alphas from various packs. One by one, pack leaders stepped forward, surrounding the retrieval team. Luna called Volkov on video. His satisfaction shifted to shock seeing the scene. Hello, grandfather, Luna said sweetly. I believe you've been looking for me. This is unexpected. Is it? You've been hunting me, making deals with abusers, treating me like property. It ends tonight. You're my blood, my heir. I belong to myself. But I'll make a deal. Call off your dogs. Void Marcus's contract. Never come near my children. Do that. And I won't challenge you for Silverstone pack leadership. Silence. Even Adrian looked shocked. You couldn't win, Volkov said finally. Maybe not. But the challenge would tear the pack apart. Is reclaiming one lost heir worth destroying everything? Volkov's jaw worked. And if I agree, then I stay here, build my own pack, live my own life. The bloodline will continue through my sons, who will be raised with love, not tradition, who will choose their own paths. Long silence. Then, you have your mother's steel. Very well. But know this, you've made an enemy today. I've made a choice. There's a difference. The retrieval team retreated. Pack leaders dispersed. In the quiet aftermath, Adrian pulled Luna close, challenging for pack leadership. A bluff. Mostly. Luna smiled. I am Silverstone blood. If he'd refused, you'd have done it. For the boys. For us. For family. Luna corrected. As dawn broke, they stood together in the inn that had become their fortress. The immediate threat was neutralized, but Luna knew this was just the beginning. Volkov would remember. Victoria and Marcus would face justice. And somewhere, Helen Ashford was finally free of her cowardice. But tonight, their family was safe. Their pack was strong. And in Celestini's hidden journal, a note waited to be discovered about $100 million trust that would secure their future forever. The police arrived at dawn to arrest Victoria Cross and Marcus Ashford. Luna watched from the inn's windows as they were led away in handcuffs, their carefully constructed plans in ruins. But instead of relief, she felt only growing unease. It was too easy, she told Adrian over breakfast. The children were at Martha's, kept away from the drama. Volkov gave up too quickly. Adrian studied her over his coffee. You threatened his leadership. That's not something he'd take lightly. Exactly. So why capitulate so easily? Her answer came that afternoon in the form of Jonathan Frost, Adrian's father. He arrived without warning, his presence filling the inn's floor with the kind of authority that came from old money and older bloodlines. Adrian, his voice was arctic. We need to talk. Luna felt Adrian tense beside her. They hadn't spoken in years, not since Adrian lost the inn. Father, this is unexpected. Jonathan's gaze slid to Luna, assessing and dismissing in one look. Is it? You're harboring the Silverstone air. Did you think that wouldn't have consequences? Luna is my partner. Luna is a political bomb waiting to explode. Jonathan moved into the parlor uninvited. Alexei Volkov called me last night. Professional courtesy between alphas. He's willing to overlook your interference if you end this arrangement. No, think carefully, son. Frost Industries has contracts worth billions with PACs aligned with Volkov. He could destroy everything. Our family built. Adrian's voice was deadly quiet. Our family built? You mean what you built while I watched Mom fade away from loneliness? While you treated me like a disappointment for caring more about people than profit margins? Don't be dramatic. This is about survival. No, this is about control. Adrian moved closer to his father. You let me lose everything at 25. Watch me beg Celestini not to buy our family's legacy. Did nothing. You needed to learn. I learned. I learned that money means nothing without people who matter. That real strength comes from protecting those you love, not abandoning them for business deals. Jonathan's expression hardened. If you continue this path, I'll have no choice but to protect the family interests. The board will vote no confidence. You lose everything. Again. Then I lose it. Adrian's voice held no uncertainty. But I keep Luna. I keep our family. Jonathan turned to Luna. You could prevent this. Walk away now. Take your children somewhere safe. I'll ensure you're comfortable. Stop. Luna stepped forward. You think I'd abandon Adrian after everything he's done for us? You think I'd teach my sons that love is conditional on convenience? I think you're smart enough to recognize a war you can't win. I've already won. Luna's voice was steady. I have a family who chose me, a partner who sees me as more than my bloodline, children who are thriving. That's worth any war. Jonathan's smile was cold. We'll see. He left without another word, but his threat lingered like smoke. That night, Luna found Adrian in the study, staring at financial projections on his laptop. How bad is it? She asked. If my father follows through? Catastrophic. The board could force me out within weeks. Frost Industries would survive, but I wouldn't be part of it. Luna sank into the chair beside him. Adrian, I can't let you lose everything for us. Stop. He closed the laptop, turning to face her. Do you love me? The question caught her off guard. What? Simple question. Do you love me? Luna's throat tightened. They danced around the words for weeks, both too scarred to say them first. Yes. I love you too. Have since the day you stood up to Victoria for Sophia. Maybe before. Adrian took her hands. So the rest is just details. Details? Your life's work, my life's work is in the sin. It's Sophia laughing with her brothers. It's watching you bring this place back to life. It's the family we've built. His gray eyes held certainty. If I have to choose between Frost Industries and you, there's no choice. Luna was crying. She realized, no one's ever chosen me before. Not when it cost them something. Then they were fools. Adrian wiped her tears gently. But Luna, I need you to choose too. Not just accept my choice, but make your own. Stay and fight with me, or run to protect the boys. I'll understand either way. Before Luna could answer, Harrison burst in. Sir, we have a problem. Someone leaked Luna's identity to the press. It'll be everywhere by morning. Luna's phone exploded with notifications, news alerts, social media tags, missed calls from numbers she didn't recognize. The headlines were already forming. Lost werewolf heiress found. Billionaire CEO's secret romance. Ancient bloodline emerges from hiding. But worse was the email. That arrived moments later. From Alexei Volkov, my dear granddaughter. Since you've chosen publicity over privacy, I've done the same. Every pack in North America now knows where you are. Some will offer alliance. Others will see opportunity. All will come. You wanted to protect your children? You've just painted targets on their backs. Shall we discuss terms now? AVV Luna's legs gave out. Adrian caught her, holding her as the full implications hit. Their quiet life was over. The boys would be hunted, courted, threatened. Sophia would be caught in the crossfire. The inn would become a battleground. I need to run, Luna whispered. Take the boys and disappear before. No, Adrian's voice was fierce. That's what he wants. You run now. You'll run forever. But the children will be protected. By us. By the pack leaders who stood with you. By every person in Cedar Hollow who's come to love them. Adrian lifted her chin. You asked if anyone ever chose you when it cost them? Watch how many people choose you now. His phone rang. Rebecca Winters, the pack leader from the Pacific Northwest. Adrian? I'm mobilizing my enforcers. We'll have security at the inn within hours. Luna is under my pack's protection. Another call. Alpha Chen. My people are en route. Anyone who threatens the Silverstone heir threatens all of us. Call after call came. Pack leaders who'd watched, waited, now choosing sides. Not for politics or power, but because Luna had shown them something they'd forgotten, that family mattered more than bloodlines. Martha Chen appeared at the door, fierce determination on her usually cheerful face. Half the town is outside. They want to know how they can help protect our Luna and the babies. Through the window, Luna saw them. Dozens of Cedar Hollow residents, human and wolf alike, surrounding the inn. The baker, the mailman, the librarian. People who'd welcomed her without knowing her heritage, now standing guard because she was theirs. You did this, Adrian said softly. Not your bloodline. You, the woman who saved our children, who brought this community together. That's the power Volkov fears. Luna straightened. Decision crystallizing. No more running. No more hiding. No more letting others dictate her worth. Harrison, she said, set up a press conference for tomorrow. If the world wants to know who Luna Silverstone is, I'll tell them. On my terms. Adrian smiled, proud and fierce. Now that's my mate talking. Mate. The word he'd never used before. Luna turned to him, seeing everything in his eyes: love, commitment, certainty. Yes, she said simply. I am. Tomorrow would bring cameras and questions and challenges she couldn't imagine. But tonight, surrounded by chosen family and unexpected allies, Luna Winters Silverstone stood ready to fight for the life she'd built. The breaking point had come, but she hadn't broken. She'd become unbreakable. The press conference was held in the Moonrise Inn's renovated ballroom. Luna stood at the podium, flanked by Adrian and the pack leaders who'd come to support her. The room overflowed with reporters, cameras, and representatives from packs across North America. She dressed carefully, professional but approachable, strong but not threatening. The twins and Sophia watched from a secure room with Martha, their safety paramount. Good morning, Luna began, her voice steady despite the sea of faces. I'm Luna Winters Silverstone. Yes, I am the daughter of Elena Silverstone. Yes, I've been living under an assumed name, but I'm here to tell you why. She spoke for 20 minutes, laying out her story with unflinching honesty. Her mother's flight from an arranged mating, her own abuse at Marcus Ashford's hands, her escape with infant twins, the years of hiding, of survival, of building a life from nothing. I didn't choose to be Silverstone blood, Luna said, but I choose what to do with it. I choose to stand with those who have no voice, to protect those who need shelter, to build bridges between packs instead of walls. A reporter interrupted. What about Alexei Volkov's claim on you? My grandfather has no claim on me. I am not property to be reclaimed. My sons are not pawns to be traded. Luna's voice hardened. Any pack that treats its members as possessions will find no alliance with me. And your relationship with Adrian Frost? Another called. Adrian stepped forward, taking her hand publicly. Luna is my chosen mate, my partner in business and in life. Anyone who threatens her or our children will answer to me, and to Frost Industries' considerable resources. Despite your board's objections, the board will adapt or be replaced. Adrian's smile was sharp. I've built one empire. I can build another if needed, but I won't sacrifice my family for anyone's comfort. The questions continued, but Luna had said what mattered. As the conference ended, her phone buzzed with a message from Helen Ashford. Watching you claim your power was beautiful. Check the package I left in Celestini's study. Luna found the package, a leather journal and a bank key. The journal was Celestini's, but entries she hadn't seen before. The real treasure isn't money, though the 100 million helps. It's the network. For 50 years, I've helped wolves like Elena, like Luna, keeping them safe, helping them hide, preparing for the day they could stand in the light. That network is Luna's now. The key opens a safety deposit box with contact information for every wolf I've helped, her army if she needs one. Luna stared at the key. Celestini hadn't just left her an inn. She'd left her a revolution. Luna. Sophia's voice came from the doorway. The little girl ran to her, followed by the twins. There are so many people outside. They have signs. Through the window, Luna saw the crowd. Not protesters but supporters. Wolves who'd been silenced. Humans who believed in change. Families who saw hope in her story. Signs read bloodline doesn't define worth and choose love over tradition, and Luna Silverstone is our voice. Mama, Jasper said seriously. Are we in danger? Luna knelt to their level. Some people might try to cause trouble, but look at all the people protecting us. We're safer together than apart. Like a big pack. Theo asked. The biggest, Adrian confirmed, joining them. A new kind of pack. One that chooses its members. The next days blurred together. Packs reached out, some with threats, more with support. The media coverage was intense but surprisingly positive. Luna's story resonated with wolves trapped in traditional structures, omegas treated as property, alphas tired of ancient politics. But Volkov wasn't finished. His response came through a formal challenge, delivered by his beta to the inn's door. Alexei Volkov, alpha of the Silverstone Pack, challenges Luna Silverstone for leadership, combat or submission. 3 days hence, Adrian snarled. But Luna stayed calm. I expected this. You can't fight him, Adrian protested. He's twice your size. Trained since birth. I won't fight him. Luna smiled. But I'll face him. The challenge drew every major pack leader to Cedar Hollow. The town overflowed with wolves, all waiting to see how the lost heir would handle her grandfather's aggression. The meeting was held in the town square, neutral ground. Alexei Volkov looked exactly like the old guard alpha. He was massive, scarred, radiating ancient power. His pack flanked him, a show of traditional strength. Luna stood with her own gathering. Adrian, the children, the pack leaders who'd pledged support, the townspeople who'd become family. Not traditional, not orderly, but united by choice rather than blood. Granddaughter, Volkov rumbled. You've caused quite a stir. Change usually does. Luna replied calmly. You reject your heritage, deny your bloodline, consort with lesser wolves. I embrace my heritage. Luna interrupted. But I define it differently. The Silverstone line was meant to lead, yes. But leadership isn't about dominance. It's about service. Pretty words. Will they protect you? In combat? I won't fight you, grandfather, but I'll make you another offer. Luna stepped forward. Joint leadership. You maintain traditional pack structure for those who want it. I create a new branch for those who don't. Both Silverstone. Both valid. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. Unprecedented. Impossible. Revolutionary. Ridiculous. Volkov snarled. Is it? Your pack hemorrhages members yearly. Young wolves who want choice, not commands. Omegas who want partnership, not servitude. Luna gestured to the crowd. Look at them. The future. Work with me, or watch the Silverstone legacy crumble as they leave for packs that value them. You threaten me? I offer evolution over extinction. Luna's voice carried clearly. The world is changing. We can change with it or be left behind. Your choice, Alpha Volkov. Silence stretched. Then, from Volkov's own pack, a young wolf stepped forward. I stand with Luna Silverstone. Another followed. Then another. Not all, but enough. Enough to show cracks in traditional power. Volkov's face showed his struggle. Pride warred with pragmatism, tradition with survival. 6 months, he said finally. Trial basis. You fail. You submit to traditional pack law. I succeed. And the changes become permanent. They shook hands, her small hand engulfed by his massive one. But Luna didn't flinch, didn't submit. She met his eyes as an equal. The crowd erupted. History had just been made. The first formal power sharing in pack history. The beginning of something new. That night, as celebrations continued throughout Cedar Hollow, Luna found a moment of quiet with her family. The children slept in a pile, exhausted from excitement. Adrian held her close on the inn's porch, watching their town transform into something magical. You did it, he murmured. You actually did it. We did it, Luna corrected. All of us, together. What happens now? Luna smiled, thinking of Celestini's network waiting to be activated, of young wolves looking for new paths, of the inn that would become a symbol of change. Now we build the future we want, one choice at a time. Adrian kissed her temple. I love you, Luna Silverstone. I love you too, Adrian Frost. Tomorrow would bring challenges. Volkov would test her. Traditional packs would push back. The media attention would intensify. But tonight, Luna Winters Silverstone stood in the home love had built, surrounded by the family choice had created, and knew that sometimes the greatest power came not from blood or tradition, but from the courage to say no more and the strength to build something better. The rally had begun, and it would change everything. 6 months later, the Moonrise Inn hosted its first official pack gathering. Wolves from across North America filled the renovated spaces, but this wasn't like traditional gatherings. Families of all configurations mingled freely. Omegas spoke without permission. Children played together regardless of designation. Luna stood on the main staircase, watching her dream materialize. The inn had become more than a hotel. It was a symbol, a sanctuary, a place where new traditions were born. Ready? Adrian appeared beside her, devastating in his formal suit. As her official mate and co-alpha of the Cedar Hollow Alliance, he'd thrown his full support behind her vision. Almost. Luna smoothed her dress nervously. Tonight, she'd either prove the new way worked or face submission to traditional pack law. You've already won, Adrian said softly. Look at them. He was right. 6 months of Luna's leadership had transformed not just the Silverstone pack but rippled throughout werewolf society. Young wolves who'd felt trapped now had options. Abuse victims found shelter and support. Arranged matings were being questioned. Luna. Sophia raced up, beautiful in her party dress. At 8, she'd grown stronger. Her heart condition managed but no longer defining her. Grandfather's here. Not Adrian's father. He'd come around after watching his son thrive, but Alexei Volkov. Luna's stomach tightened. but she kept her smile steady. Thank you, sweetheart. Go find your brothers. The twins had shot up like weeds, their alpha traits developing with startling strength. But they remained kind, protective rather than domineering, shaped by love rather than tradition. Luna descended to meet Volkov, Adrian at her side. The old alpha looked unchanged, massive, intimidating, radiating old power. But something in his eyes was different. Grandfather. Luna greeted formally. Luna. He studied the gathering, his expression unreadable. You've been busy. We've been building. Yes, I've received the reports. Volkov pulled out a thick folder. Membership up 30%. Revenue increased by 40%. Pack disputes down by half. Birth rates among consensual pairings triple that of arranged matches. Luna kept her face neutral, but inside she soared. The numbers were even better than she'd hoped. Most impressive. Volkov continued. Is the applications? 300 wolves wanting to join the Silverstone Pack. When was the last time we had voluntary applications? Change draws those ready for it, Luna said carefully. Volkov's laugh surprised her. You sound like your grandmother. She would have liked you. I thought she supported traditional ways. She supported strength, but she once told me strength could look different than we expected. Volkov's expression softened fractionally. I didn't listen. Too proud. Too set in old ways. And now I have a granddaughter who's accomplished more in 6 months than I have in decades. He pulled out another document. The trial period is over. The council has voted. Your reforms are approved permanently. Luna's knees nearly buckled. Adrian's hand on her back steadied her. There's one condition, Volkov added. Of course there was. Luna braced herself. You continue as co-alpha, not beneath me, but beside me. Equal authority. Your modern branch, my traditional one. Both serving those who need us. Luna stared. You're serious? I'm old, Luna. Not stupid. The world is changing. Either I change with it or become irrelevant. His smile was rueful. You've shown me a better way. Let me help you build it. Before Luna could respond, a commotion erupted near the entrance. Marcus Ashford stood there, flanked by guards. He looked smaller somehow, his time in custody stripping away his arrogance. What is he doing here? Adrian growled. His sentence includes community service, Volkov explained. He requested to serve it here. Under your supervision, Luna studied. Her ex-husband, the man who'd terrorized her, who'd tried to steal her children, who'd sold them like property. But she saw something else to defeat. Regret, maybe even the beginning of understanding. To conditions, she said. Supervised visits with the boys if they choose. And mandatory therapy. Real change. Not just appearances. Marcus nodded. Slowly. I accept. Then you can start by apologizing. To them, publicly. The room went silent as Marcus approached the twins. Jasper stepped protectively in front of Theo, but both boys watched with solemn eyes. I was wrong, Marcus said, voice rough. I failed you as a father, as an alpha, as a man. I don't deserve forgiveness, but I want to earn the chance to try. Jasper looked at Luna, seeking guidance. She nodded slightly. His choice. You hurt Mama, Jasper said clearly. That's not okay. No, it's not. But Mama says people can change. If they really want to, Jasper straightened. We'll see. It wasn't forgiveness, but it was a beginning. Marcus retreated, and Luna felt another piece of the past release its hold. The evening continued with announcements that would reshape Werewolf society. The Moonrise Inn would become headquarters for the new alliance. Celestini's network, now revealed as an underground railroad for abused wolves, would operate openly. $100 million fund would support wolves seeking new lives. The $100 million, Luna breathed, understanding finally dawning. Celestini's trust wasn't just money. It was seed funding for revolution, Your revolution, Adrian corrected. She just provided tools. As the formal portion ended and celebration began, Luna found herself on the inn's balcony with her family. The twins played with Sophia, their laughter bright in the night air. Adrian held her close, solid and sure. No regrets? He asked. Luna thought about the journey, from terrified runaway to pack leader, from isolated single mother to matriarch of a growing alliance, from survival to thriving. None, she said firmly. This is what we were meant to build, together. Adrian agreed. Inside, wolves of all designations mingled freely. Humans and werewolves worked side by side. Traditional and modern coexisted. The world was changing, one choice at a time. Helen Ashford appeared beside them, now Luna's closest advisor. The European packs are asking for guidance. The revolution is spreading. Luna smiled. Then we'd better get ready to help. As midnight approached, Alexei Volkov found them. One more thing, granddaughter. He pulled out an ancient ring, the Silverstone Alpha ring, worn by leaders for 15 generations. It's yours now. Luna accepted it with steady hands, sliding it onto her finger where it settled like it had always belonged. Thank you, grandfather. No, Luna. Thank you for showing an old wolf new tricks. He smiled, years seeming to fall away. Your parents would be proud. As the gathering continued below, Luna stood with her chosen family, watching their dream become reality. The inn that had sheltered her when she had nowhere else to go now sheltered hundreds. The children who'd been branded worthless had become symbols of hope. The alpha who'd risked everything for love had gained more than he'd ever imagined, and Luna herself, the struggling Omega with twins, had transformed into something unprecedented, a leader who ruled through compassion rather than dominance, who built bridges instead of walls, who proved that sometimes the greatest strength came from admitting vulnerability. I love you, she told Adrian, meaning it with every fiber of her being. I love you too, he replied. My mate, my equal, my everything. Below them, the future of werewolf society celebrated in the halls of an old inn that had waited decades for the right moment to reveal its secrets. Celestini had known. Somehow, she'd seen what Luna could become and had laid the groundwork for transformation. Now, as Luna Winter's Silverstone Frost stood surrounded by love, watching the world change, one heart at a time, she understood the true inheritance Celestini had left her. Not just money, not just an inn, not just a bloodline, but the chance to build a world where every wolf could choose their own destiny. The transformation was complete, and it was just the beginning. Epilogue. 5 years later, Luna stood in the same spot where she'd first seen the Moonrise Inn, but everything else had changed. The building gleamed with careful restoration, gardens bloomed where weeds once grew, and the sounds of happy families drifted from every window. Mama, look! 8-year-old Emma Frost Adrian had insisted on adopting her properly, ran up with a drawing. It's our family. The picture showed all of them. Luna and Adrian in the center, the twins now 10 and showing strong alpha traits, Sophia 13 and mentoring younger Omegas, and Emma herself. But it also showed Martha, Harrison, Helen, even grandfather Volkov, their pack ever growing. It's perfect, sweetheart, Luna said, hugging her youngest. The reporter's here, Theo announced importantly. At 10, he'd developed Adrian's business sense and served as unofficial inn ambassador. Luna smoothed her dress and headed inside. Today marked 5 years since the press conference that changed everything. The anniversary had brought media attention, but also celebration. The reporter, a young Omega who'd fled her own abusive situation, smiled nervously. Luna Frost, you've revolutionized werewolf society. The Silverstone Frost Alliance now spans 4 continents. Abuse rates have dropped 70%. Consensual mating is now the norm rather than exception. How does it feel? Like we're just getting started, Luna said honestly. Every wolf who finds their voice, every child who grows up knowing they have choices, that's what matters. And the resistance growing smaller. Fear can only hold power for so long against hope. After the interview, Luna found Adrian in their private garden, reviewing plans for the newest sanctuary in Europe. At 40, he'd grown distinguished, silver threading through his dark hair. But his eyes still lit up when he saw her. "How'd it go?" he asked, pulling her close. "Same questions, better answers." Luna settled against him. "Remember when we thought running this inn would be simple?" Adrian laughed. "Nothing about you is simple." "Thank God, Adrian." "Luna!" Jasper called from inside. "Grandfather's calling." Something about the Tokyo Pack wanting to join the alliance. "Duty calls," Adrian murmured. "Always." But Luna smiled. This duty building bridges, protecting the vulnerable, creating choice where none existed was worth any burden. As they walked hand in hand back to the inn that had started it all, Luna marveled at the journey. From a desperate Omega with foreclosure notice to a revolutionary leader. From a rundown into a global movement. From survival to thriving, the Moonrise Inn stood proud against the sky. No longer hiding its light but shining it for all who needed shelter. And Luna Winter's Silverstone Frost stood ready to welcome them home. One choice, one life, one heart at a time. The transformation continued. Thank you for reading. Remember, you are never too broken to be loved, never too lost to be found, and never too alone to find your pack. Sometimes family is born from blood. Sometimes it's forged from choice. Both are valid. Both are precious. Both can save your life.